Hey everybody, this is Trader Steve. It is a weekend update for week ending May 31st. We put May in the can. It was okay. Most of it seems like it just went sideways. We're going to start off with the indexes, looking at the weekly chart. And we're going right here. And as you can see, we gapped up the week of May 12th on the Trump trip to the Middle East and all the AI stuff. But there hadn't really been a whole lot of news that's moved the market since then. So since Monday, the week of May 12th, we just been chopping sideways. There hadn't been a whole lot of good trades to speak of since then. And so we're just waiting for a catalyst to move this market up or down, whichever way it goes. So this is the cue. We're right here. Let me drop circle on it so we can kind of see it. Our 3-week sideways chop, not a whole lot going on. Now we're going to go to the SPY. SPY, same thing. 3 weeks chopping sideways, like watching paint dry. Now we have the Russell. Russell hasn't been as strong as the QQQs or the SPY, but maybe it'll wake up. I don't know. But we'll see as things progress. We just need news, whether it's positive and the market keeps going up, or it's negative and the market turns around. So let's see what happens. Next index are the diamonds. Same thing. 3 weeks of chop, sideways. Transports aren't looking so good, but I guess that's because they're shipping and all that in there, and that's being affected by tariffs. So as that kind of gets sorted out, we'll see if it breaks out to new highs or breaks down to new lows. But we're going to move on to the TLT and the dollar, and that's where our problems here in the United States are greatest, and we got to keep an eye on this. Here's the TLT, and as you can see, we're approaching 3-year lows on the TLT. Back here in, let's see, that was October of 23, we hit the lows. And right now we're flirting with it. It almost touched the lows last week, the week of 519, starting of 519. We've had a bounce up, and I've got a alarm here set up. So if it breaks down and gets towards these lows around 82, my phone's going to ring off and I'm going to be looking for some trades to the downside because something's going to crack. And now we're going to go to the dollar. The dollar, same thing. We've had a little green here, but we're looking at 3-year lows here on the dollar, and it can go into the 80s, folks, and it'll be a slow chippy chop sideways to the downside, and I've got an alarm set here, and if we start breaking 98, that's gonna make the alert in my mind go off, and I'm going to be looking for downside trades. Now here's gold. Gold is still trying to hit new highs. It's just kind of chopping sideways with the rest of the market. So I guess if Bitcoin could hit 105,000 for one Bitcoin, that gold can go to 5,000-10,000 or more in time. And so I'm going to be looking to get back into gold on any good dips that show me a good entry point. And I'm just waiting right now. I really want to get back into it, but I gotta have a correction or something or break out to new highs. We'll see what happens in gold. And now we're going to the semis. Semis, look at this. Just 3 weeks of sideways. Bear flag, bull flag. I guess a bull flag but it's just the market is waiting on news. And what that news is going to be, I don't know. But something's going to make this market move. And next week we have employment. And if employment takes a dive, maybe Jerome Powell will come out and start cutting rates. We'll see. And here's Apple. This is the only stock I'm going to go over. But Apple is a big component of the SPY and the Q. And right now it's in the crosshairs of the president, for the tariffs. They make a lot of stuff offshore, and they're going to be impacted heavily as these tariffs start kicking in. I don't know how much Apple phone supply they have in warehouses here in America. I read somewhere that they had just plane after plane flying these things in before the tariffs kicked in. But eventually they're going to run out. And if the tariffs are still there and Trump still wants them to start building manufacturing here in America, then Apple's only got one direction to go, and that's down. They're going to be impacted for quite a while. And so I'm keeping an eye on Apple. Right now it's just kind of got this sideways chop, and it's been going that way for a very long time. And eventually it's going to break down, I think. So, and as Apple breaks down, I'm worried about the rest of the market. And if it coincides with the dollar going down and the TLT, well, get ready. It's going to be exciting, but there'll be money to be made. Make no mistake. There will be money to be made, whether we break out to new highs or new lows. So that's the weekend update for week ending May 31. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.